Glass half empty, glass half full. Money, I start with you. Where should Jets fans' hearts be right now?
Well, I said this in the first installment of Half Empty or Half Full with the Falcons. I said their glass, to me, was 3/4 full. And the Jets' glass is 3/4 empty. Because, unfortunately, they play in the same division as the Patriots, who continue to show no signs of slowing. The Dolphins, I believe, are getting better. They have a great head coach. I don't know what to make of the Bills, but
we'll talk about them later
So for me,
on,
at best,
I like those Bills.
They're
I think
third.
They're
At best, they're third, but probably fourth in their division. So that alone, the question at quarterback, I don't know about their running back situation.
Answer the question at quarterback. Who do you think is under center on day one for them?
No one on that roster.
Yeah, I don't think anybody on the roster.
Cuddy? Jay Cutler?
Could be.
Tony Romo?
Could be.
Do you really buy Tony Romo?
I could see a veteran signing. I could totally see that.
If it's Cutler.
Yeah. I mean, Cutler would probably – I think
I'd laugh.
Cutler's probably the most obvious, right?
Do you really think it could be Jay Cutler? Because that would be great.
I mean, he's going to get a job somewhere.
And John Morton, who's their new offensive coordinator, had success with him.
I think it should actually be, I mean, in lieu of signing somebody, but they're pretty far away. It's not like they're a capable QB away from winning a Super Bowl or anything. I think they should just sort of, unless they get somebody really terrific in the draft. Bryce Petty has. I stand by Bryce Petty.
Yeah, I'm not there.
Why?
Because he's nice. Because what do I always go back to? My eyeballs tell me what I need to know about pro QBs, and very rarely am I wrong about pro QBs.
True.
All right, there's the Matt Ryan exception. I was wrong about him going into 2016.
Cardell Jones.
I said Ryan Mallett. We don't know anything about Cardell Jones. You can't add him to my list of negatives.
All right, well,
Bryce Petty looks like an NFL QB. He's nice and big. I like the nice, easy, quick throwing motion. He's got a hose. He looks like an NFL QB to me. That's how I assess them.
Not crazy about him.
Kevin Costner has a hose.
Yeah, Kevin Costner also has a hose. Jonah Carey, give us some reasons to feel either half empty or half full.
First of all, I love the Cutler idea because I think if you're going to lose, at least lean into the comedy of it.
Sure.
That's sports. Why don't sports emphasize comedy enough? We're sitting here and we're doing comedy, actual team show. Listen, you're going to lose the proverbial 100 games in baseball or 12 games in football. Just be bad and funny.
How about if it was funny in the second city, surely it'll be even funnier in Gotham, right?
Well, the problem. So here's the thing, and again, I'm not an NFL analyst per se, but the idea of football that has such a short shelf life for players, how did the Seahawks get good? Well, suddenly their defense was chock full of really good young guys. How did the Falcons get good? They had a bunch of good young guys. The Jets don't have these prospects. It's not like you're looking and saying, oh, this guy was a rookie this year, and he was really good. We think he could be really good.
Well, I'll push back on that. Leonard Williams jumps out.
He's going to be great.
Okay.
When you watch
but they don't have a roster full of those guys.
No.
And that's the problem.
Right.
So you can't see the potential. It could be a couple years away, but right now you're like, okay, Williams is great. What else you got?
Yeah, and things got sideways for Bowles and company.
Yeah.
It started to feel like, if being a head coach of a pro football team always comes with pressure, and obviously it's ratcheted up that much more when you're in New York City and the Giants are having a good year. But that got away from him a little bit. I think that's
it started with Fitzpatrick. I mean, just that.
Right.
That mess in the offseason, and Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker openly campaigning for him, and why isn't he signing? All the questions like, wait a minute, you're going in with Geno Smith as your number one. It was just a mess.
I said for 10 months, I was laughable. What is the premise here that we can't get by if we don't get old man Fitzpatrick? Right.
But again, you should lean into this thing. Fitzpatrick is from Harvard. Just declare that all your players have to be Ivy Leaguers. They can only be 180 pounds or less. And just go with it. Just lean into the whole thing. They have to have like monocles on the field. You really need to play out the
monocles.
The Mets. The Jets have missed the postseason for 6 straight seasons.
That's
now
bad.
They ended the season with 100 rushing yards in 4 straight games, though. So that's kind of a positive there. Bilal Powell looked pretty good. Matt Forte. I don't know if he'll even be on the roster. I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of those late career. He bounces around for another team here and then rounds out a career. Hanson, where do you come down? This one feels pretty easy.
Yeah.
And our measure is, again, to remind. Will their will they
finish better in the division?
In their division?
In the division.
That's the way we're looking at it.
Yeah, they won't.
So 4th place.
I think 4th place. The thing for me, Todd Bowles, a year ago after his rookie season, you're like, wow, okay, well, they've got Todd Bowles and it feels like it's heading in the right direction. Todd Bowles kind of left this season. You're like, really? That guy is going to carry on being the head coach? No, it doesn't feel very secure.
I mean, I wouldn't fire Todd Bowles
because
I think
feel
when you start
like
going down that, start spiraling downward into that ridiculous flipping coaches every year.
But do you think
we need Richie Kotite.
Do you think he'll be there next year?
Bring Richie back.
Do you think he'll be there next year? This time next year, it feels like they'll have a different head coach. It just felt
Well,
like
Yeah, if they finish fourth, they will.
Again,
Exactly.
you have to, we're not doing it in a vacuum. We're comparing them within, or we're making it relative to their division foes. And yeah, I mean, I think the Dolphins I don't think this was a mirage. I think they will only be better, in fact, in 2017. I also, as I've already said, I think the Bills are going to be a good team. I think a couple of their draft picks, high draft picks, got hurt and they never saw the field. And I said that last July. I said somebody's going to, Rex Ryan will not survive 2016, but whoever takes over there is going to be the beneficiary of some nifty draft picks. I mean, that defense could be mighty, especially if they can keep Gilmore and some of those secondary pieces there.